I shit. I shit every day, and so do you. The healthy amount to shit every day, or pooping, or excretion, or whatever you like to call it, is between 3 times a day and 3 times a week. And I'm going to share the worst shitting experience of my life because there is no content going on in my life right now. I shit about 5 to 7 times a week. Okay? And the funniest part is that I shit my pants in school like 10 different times. None of which I'm proud of. None of which I'm proud of, except one. When I was in first grade, yeah. After I shit my pants, the Ayama or the janitor was kind enough to clean me up. She was such a sweetheart, yeah. And then after I finished my business, she cleaned my she cleaned me up. And then I was in first grade, so we had the uniform where we had to wear a t-shirt and shorts. So my shorts was kind of immersed with shit, and then she cleaned it up for me, and then she kept it to dry out. And this was right outside my classroom, and I was sitting at the stairs with the shorts next to me, dry under the sunlight. So we are just waiting for it to dry. So she told me that I can go back to the class once it was dry. And she was kind enough to ask me if I needed help to wear it or not. So I told I can wear it, and I told that I can go back to the class. I can go back to the class once it's dry. So I spent an hour running in the playground. Best part, butt naked, fam, butt naked in the ground. 6 years old, no underwear. I just ran around the whole ground like 6 to 7 times for a whole hour. I was waiting for the shorts to dry. So coincidentally, one of my cousins, she had a PT period or a recess. You kind of know where this is going. So basically, she saw me. I was sitting next to the shots, waiting for it to dry. And then she just saw me and she embarrassed herself because everyone knew that I was her cousin. And then, yeah, things just got very awkward. And the other 9 times, I pretty much don't remember. I always shit when I have the homework fear. Like when you play hide and seek and you're hiding and the seeker is about to find you, you get the sudden urge to pee. Yeah, I get the sudden urge to shit when I know that I didn't do my homework. Every day on Monday mornings, it's the same. I'm reminded that I didn't complete my homework, and I go in the restroom at the last moment, and then I come out and tell my mom that I have diarrhea, and she'll tell me not to go to school. Yes, I'm a good boy who skips school with permission. Listen, I went to a private school, and people who go to private school knows you can't use the restrooms there, man. It's stinky, filthy, and dirty, and sometimes even sticky. Yeah. So my mom forced me to go to school, and then I shat there like 20 times because my mom found out that I never had diarrhea. I was just faking it. You know what's even worse than private school toilets? It's public toilets. Imagine if private school is a shithole, public toilets is that one, is the relative of the family you just don't want to be talking about. It's that one uncle who comes to the family gatherings and your parents tell you to avoid him because he was accused of drugs and sex. I really don't see a normal human being on a daily basis going to a public toilet voluntarily unless they have a shithole emergency. Yeah. And obviously, I've used it. And I won't be going into details because I still have nightmares. So we had to go to a family meeting, and on that day, I didn't eat anything because my mom was getting ready. And that meant no breakfast. When your mom is getting ready for a family meeting, you know you're not gonna get any breakfast. So I had two bananas, as I was informed. It can be very nutritious. Yes, it is very nutritious, but you know what? It is also an amazing shit sprouter factor, man. It has so much fiber that your rectum will be destroyed in 4 hours. And guess what happened? My rectum was destroyed in 4 hours. Right when the meeting was about to start, for the details, right when the meeting was about to start, I left the biggest part of my life. And then I went to a public toilet, and then it was just the worst experience, man. Some people don't even flush the fucking thing, dude. I can see literal shit. And also, I've used women's restroom twice, not once. Right. Once when I went to shopping, like with the family to buy a refrigerator for the house, I guess, there was a line at the men's side, so and there was no line at the women's side. And I was like, what, 5 years old or 6 years old? I just sneaked through the women's toilet. Uh, and then I saw some horrible shit. No pun intended. And then the next time when me and my mom went to church, I told my mom we were in the middle of the mass, and then I told my mom that Ma, I have to shit, and she told me there is the and keep in mind, I was pretty young. Yeah, I was pretty young child, and I didn't even know how to wash my asshole after shitting. So my mom had to be there to clean it up for me until I was the right age to learn to do that by myself. Fun fact: even to this day, I've never touched my asshole. I still use the water bidet. Oh God, I'm so fucking embarrassing. Yeah. And then when I went to the women's restroom because my mom couldn't come into the men's and wash my ass. So I was there for about 20 minutes, and by the time I came out, there was 15 different women waiting for me to come out. And when I came out, that was the worst thing ever. No other 15 different women looked at me with the intense, with the stared glare just to, I want to rip the child's head off. What did you fucking eat? Yeah, it was just the worst. It was just the worst. Yeah, and that's about it. And these are my worst shitting experience ever. Also, thank you, Lohit, Muji, Bafran, and Teenam from my Instagram ever since I released the reel of the wax strip thing. I got 7,000 views. Amazing. So, only four of you came and subscribed. So, I love all four of you. Also, I just want to say it's like I have three different eyebrows. Oh, God. Fucking annoying I am.